Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk about money making and money saving tips. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe below and hit the like button. It helps out my channel so much with the YouTube algorithm. Today, we're going to be talking about how to be successful at just about anything and essentially what are the lifestyle habits of people who tend to be successful. And I'm also going to be sharing some of my own advice as far as that goes. So this video is going to be a two-part series because I wanted to make these videos into bite-sized chunks and not make them too long, not give you guys a 30-minute video. So I thought I'd break it down into two videos and make them each really simple, really streamlined, to make it very easy to follow and to keep up with. So this is going to be a two-part series and this is part one. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Tip number one is that successful people have a can-do attitude. Essentially, successful people don't tell themselves, I'm not good enough, I can't do it. They probably do tell themselves that some of the time, but that's not the prevailing voice inside of their head. Like, that's not the voice that they give the most power to inside of their head. They don't allow that type of voice to take control over their life or to take the reins out of their hands. They believe in their ability to actually accomplish the things that they've set their mind to. And successful people tend to be their biggest cheerleaders. There are plenty of people out there in this world who are going to try to knock you down and who aren't going to believe in you and who are going to try to criticize you. So you sure as heck shouldn't be that type of person to yourself. You don't need to worry about whether or not those voices of reason are going to be out there. I can promise you they will be. You should certainly be one of your biggest cheerleaders because there aren't enough of those in our life, all right? But along with the can-do attitude comes item number two, which is discipline and follow-through. You can't just have a can-do attitude saying, yes, I can do it, yes, I can do it, yes, I can do it, and expect that the world will just provide, right? You can't just expect that everything's going to fall into place because that's really a sense of entitlement, as if you're entitled to something rather than you have the capacity to do something. If you have the capacity to do something, then you need to step up and show up and follow through and have the discipline to keep on following through, because it's not just going to fall into place the first attempt that you follow through or the second attempt that you follow through. It's going to take time, and it's going to be about putting in the building blocks, putting in the time, and having the can-do attitude all combined together. Item number three is no fear of failure. Successful people do not fear failure. They do not allow the idea that they might fail at something take them off of their track for the course that they're headed on. You don't just become an expert at something overnight. I am a lawyer and I went to law school and I spent 3 years in law school working pretty hard, and I didn't just step a day out of law school and all of a sudden I'm an expert lawyer, right? That type of experience comes over time. You don't just become the best at something instantly, no matter how capable you are. That's just how life goes. I remember the first brief that I had to draft and I thought it was amazing. And I gave that over to my boss, and when I got it back, it had all this red line and comments everywhere. And I felt really beaten down for a moment, and I was just like, I thought I was good at this. Like, I thought I'd be really, really good. But what I didn't realize is that was normal. That was my first assignment straight out of law school. Like, I shouldn't have expected that it was just going to be like a slam dunk home run. I was there to learn, and that person had a lot of things to teach me. So it was natural that that was going to happen. And we learn by trial and error. The key word there is error, right? You're gonna make errors, and that's okay. It's all part of the learning process. And in fact, you should embrace those errors because they're all gonna teach you something, and they're all gonna be propelling you forward toward a bigger, better version and becoming better or more learned and more expert at that task. Tip number three is accept constructive criticism with grace. Now, here it's really important to remember the difference between constructive versus destructive criticism, okay? Those are two different things. Don't ever take constructive or destructive criticism personally. Don't allow it to deter you from your goal. Don't allow it to stop you in your tracks to success. However, note the difference between constructive and destructive criticism. With constructive criticism, take it on board, take it in. Really allow yourself to hear it and to internalize it, and figure out from it, like, okay, what here is actually helpful feedback that will allow me to be even better, that will allow me to evolve and to grow and to develop and to become that incredibly successful version of myself that I envision. But don't take it personally. Take it as feedback. With destructive criticism, don't take it personally. In fact, just remember that it's probably more a sign of the person who shared it and more a sign of their character and who they are as a person and the things they're going through than it is of you. And destructive criticism, just disregard it. Let it roll off your shoulders. Water off a duck's back. Don't give it a second thought and let that person deal with whoever they've got to be. I remember so many times when I was younger in school and I had teachers who literally, they weren't saying like, Miriam can be better if she does this, right? That's constructive criticism. They were just saying things like, Miriam is a problem, Miriam can't do this, Miriam can't do that. I remember one time I wrote an entire term paper and I handed that in to a teacher and was told I must have copywrote it because there's no way I could have written it. That was the feedback I got, and the teacher wanted to fail me. But I actually had written parts of that in a different class where I, like, at the time, because I was kind of like a problem kid, so to speak, there was this class called Resource Room where sometimes during the day you were sent to like go do homework and assignments, and there would be a teacher there who like worked with you, and it was a way, I guess, to try to like help students who had a problem engaging to engage more. And so I actually had a teacher who witnessed me writing this report and who stood up for me and basically like went to the principal for me and said, no, I watched Miriam write this. Like, I stood over her shoulder while she typed some portions of this. This was Miriam. And to be honest with you, like, that to me, the teacher who told me like, you couldn't do this, Miriam can't do this, or other teachers who were like that, that's destructive criticism. That is not constructive criticism. But what you should do with destructive criticism is allow it to fuel your fire towards becoming the person who you know you can be, but who that person doesn't believe you can be, and to prove that person wrong. That is what you should do with destructive criticism. So when I received the destructive criticism from those teachers, I used it to fuel my fire to become even better, even brighter, even smarter, and in the end ended up going to like a top 25 undergraduate college for almost full ride scholarship, and then going to like a top 30 law school with also discounted scholarship. Number 5, allow your ideas to be challenged. Any idea that is worth believing in will withstand a challenge, all right? So don't be the kind of person who just says, no, 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 shuts your ears and goes, adala, not listening, you're wrong, I'm right. Be the kind of person who can hear someone out, actually hear them, actually listen, and actually ask yourself, is it possible that this is right? What is the possibility that this is right? How much of this makes sense? And go to multiple sources. Allow yourself to take in information from multiple sources and multiple perspectives, because any idea that is worth believing in will withstand a challenge. And if you want to become the best at something, or the best version of yourself even, you will want to be powered by the ideas that are the truest and most accurate and most reliable ideas. And the ideas that can withstand a challenge are the ideas that are worth believing in. So there is no reason you should fear your ideas being challenged. There is no reason you should take it as a threat. You should welcome it. And in fact, if you find that your idea for some reason doesn't withstand a challenge, perhaps that idea needs to be modified, and that's okay. Then take on a new idea. Item number 6, successful people live below their means and they pay themselves first. When I say pay yourself first, I mean put money aside in saving. They're going to save as much as they can possibly save. It's different than how, people say poor people spend like the rich and that's what makes them stay poor, and then rich people spend like the poor and that's how they get rich. So live below your means, put money aside. That is going to be really, really helpful to helping you to achieve the success that you're looking for. So that was part 1 of this series. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to subscribe below and hit the thumbs up button. It helps out my channel so much with the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate it so much. Feel free to leave some love in the comments section below, and if you'd like to know when I post, as soon as I post, you can click the notification bell below and turn it all the way on. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Can-do attitude. Ella's outside. Feel free to leave some comments. Ella. Focus. Focus. Ella, you want to come say hi? Ella, come. Come on. Do you see it? Where's my hand? Cheep, 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 cheep. No. From the minute that I met you.